Hi guys, this is Jean Holden, producer of the show, and I just wanted to take a minute to let you know where you can find us on the internet. Please go to ThatMan on Fatman.com. There you can find out all the things you need to know about the show. You'll be able to find links to the podcast, to YouTube, to Twitter, Facebook, even Instagram and Snapchat. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Death Wish Coffee. Death Wish Coffee, the strongest coffee in the world.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and I want to urge you to make a generous donation to the Wayne Foundation so we can stop the sexual trafficking of children. Do it, or I'll find you.
And don't forget to check out our good friend of the show, Mark Live, over at chundertunes.com for all your podcast animation needs. ThatMan on Fatman is recorded with a Zoom H6 handy recorder. Zoom for creators.
Disclaimer. The show you're about to experience is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts use mature language and conversation just like in most of life. If you're too uptight, this might not be for you. All that said, we really do hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't enjoy it, expect a nice big shipment of my joyous Joker juice on your doorstep in the very near future. Toodles!
As the world's biggest Kevin Smith fan, I appreciate the fact that somebody finally made a podcast about that interesting motherfucker. So, yes, you absolutely did the right thing. It was smart. I appreciate it. I think you were right to do that.
Okay, what has two thumbs and is a huge fan of Kevin Smith? ThatMan!
Yes, I am that man. The juggernaut of a podcast.
We need a costumed vigilante is what we need. Justice can't be served unless it's being fought outside the system.
Here's what we're going to do, eh?
Oh, shit. It's that man. Who is he? He's that man. He's talking. Go get him, that man.
Well, once upon a time, a regular man read a book written by the Fat Man. Tough shit written by old Kev Smith. Kev said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and I had a real blast. But my obsession was driving my co-host nuts. Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed Porkchop Murphy to hang around. So I created a new show with one heck of a plan, and I'd call that show That Man on Fat Man, because we're going to chat about Kevin Smith. That's right, let's talk about old Kev Smith.
Yes, please note that use of all sound effects is done ironically.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to this, episode 4-11 of That Man on Fat Man. I am Scott Holden. I am that man. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a big one. It's a special one. It's a awesome one. I'm going to actually take down my sound a little because I see. And there's going to be a little special content because I've decided that while we were sitting here listening to this intro, that for YouTubers out there, I'm probably going to drop this particular video version tonight. There'll be 2 video versions. But hang on. Let me first bring in my co-host extraordinaire and also producer, Jean Holden, who's primping.
Hi, guys.
I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Hi, guys. My hair was just stuck to the back of my shirt.
Yes. Well,
hey, everybody.
And here we are in this
How are you?
special
We missed you.
video edition that you will see
Yeah.
on the YouTubes even tonight, probably.
It's fun doing video.
Yeah, you'll get it out a little earlier. And then, like, what'll happen is we'll post our regular podcast, the audio version, and it will automatically create a YouTube version, like just the audio plus us.
Yeah, because not everybody can.
Well, if you can see this, you can watch that. But anyway,
cool.
You're just gonna get this first because why not? If we're videoing, we may as well give them something special.
Yep.
Something special up in you.
Up in your butt.
If we were really smart, we'd charge for it, but we're not that bright. So anyway, hey, so here we are.
Hi.
Today it is show 4-11. You can see that on the screen if you're watching on the YouTube. You'll also see that our guest today is the very special Ralph Garman, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I had to burp.
Yeah.
And I knowing Ralph, he'll see that as like a badge of honor.
Yeah,
sir.
He'd like that.
Yeah.
It was an amazing interview.
It really was. So where should we do the SMed lines to get that all over? Because there's a lot of SMed lines. So hang on.
Let's talk about the SMed lines.
Let me find my audio cue for your SMed lines. Hang on. Shoot. I got so much stuff up today.
I know.
We got the windows up because we're looking at shooting clerk stuff. That'll be in the SMed lines. But I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah,
so
don't
here we
talk
go.
too much about it.
And now, direct from the That Cave, we give you the SMed lines with Gene Holden.
Why, hello.
Yes, now you're in a one shot.
Hi, guys. So, the Smith clan went to London for the London Film Fest and Comic-Con.
They went to London, Oh, wait, hang on. He went to London, didn't he? Scott Bozier, didn't he? It's really hard to do that without blowing the mic out.
So it was Kevin, his mom, and Virginia, and Ron Jr. No, Don Jr. I'm sorry, not Ron. Don Jr.
Ron? You were thinking of fucking Ron, the guy from, what do you call it? The movie, Ron Burgundy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no. But yes, Don Jr., I apologize. And how cool. Kevin's mom really wanted to go see the Notre Dame in Paris.
Yes, she did. Oh, wait a minute. That reminds me. Didn't our guest recently sort of tip his hat to Notre Dame? Oh, my God.
I can't tell you.
All right. I'm all over the place, and I'm jumping ahead a lot. So
well, yes,
back to SMed
please.
lines.
Okay, okay. I didn't even put that in the SMed lines, but you guys have to find that.
Yeah, if you go to Kevin Smith's YouTube channel, he put it up. It's Ralph. It's our guest today, singing "Pen, Pineapple, Apple, Pen."
As Nostradamus. I can't say it right. Nostradamus. Thank you.
No, not as Nostradamus.
No, as the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm sorry. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I apologize.
Yeah, okay. That's right. Because that's where, or I don't know if it ties in or not, but it certainly kind of does.
Right.
Because his mom wanted to see.
Right.
So Grace, as we all know.
Yes.
Kevin's mom.
Grace!
So anyway, they left Thursday. Their events are starting at the London Film Fest. The SModcast was tonight, which was Saturday night in London at the Olympia Theater, and it was the 10th anniversary of SModcast.
Oh,
which is pretty cool. So, like, how lucky were they? You guys, if you guys went, tell us, reach out to us.
Are you saying it was the 10th anniversary of SModcast?
Yes. I know, right?
Hey, sorry I was late on the
reach
applause
out to us and let us know.
Trying to organize over here.
At ThatMan producer, at ThatMan and Fatman, we'd love to hear about all your experiences there because it sounds so awesome. So tomorrow, which is August 31st.
And it was him and Mosier?
Correct.
Oh my God.
And they had Grace up there too?
Grace.
Well, I don't know if she was up there. I saw some photos that people were
Really? You're going to
sharing.
step on the sound effect?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Grace. Fuck me and make me forget we got a stupid kid.
Thank you. Everyone's heard that 1,000 times, but for once it actually applies. It's not a random non sequitur.
Sorry.
Grace!
There you go.
I know that people were sharing pictures, and I know that she's in there somewhere. I don't know where, but she definitely had a microphone and was a part of the show. So yeah. What in the world?
Oh, come on now.
That is great. I love it.
You may hear that later. I'm not sure.
So tomorrow,
I think
which
you
is
will
Sunday,
hear it, actually.
So Kevin and Mark and we're at the Comic-Con all day today, and they'll be there Sunday as well. And tomorrow, Sunday at 1:45, they're going to be doing Fatman on Batman.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you'll get another chance to see Kevin, and you'll get to see Mark. And Mark's been around.
My applause.
I love it. Mark's been around, like checking out, the all the cosplay and everything. So you might even get a picture.
So
with
he's
him.
walking around going,
What is what's a Wookiee? What is this Drake? What's
You're like
a
crazy.
Storm? What now? Trooper? Pooper Trooper? What's this, Grace?
Yeah. Oh my god.
never gonna get old.
I can't even.
It's never gonna get old. Just like this has never gotten old. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it got old the second I hit it.
So.
All right. So.
And. That's basically the
That's what's going on
London
tonight.
Film Fest, tonight and tomorrow.
I can't wait to hear the
Batman and
Smoger
Batman.
show.
I know, me too.
The Smoger show.
Right. And it's just so sweet because
It's become Smoger show.
Kevin's mom is having like the best time. I think that was important for him to bring her there.
And she's probably vaping it up.
So,
no, they are in
moving on.
They are in a foreign land. Probably not.
Right. Moving on from London. We love you guys.
Swinging back to America.
America. Now, L.A., California. We love L.A. The New Beverly Theater, August. Now,
August?
Yes.
August what?
Well, August. There's not a set date yet.
Oh, okay.
Basically, August is going to be, you will be able to see at the New Beverly Theater in Cali, you'll be able to see the 35 millimeter print of Tusk.
Oh, wow.
So
cool.
check out more.
Is that Kevin displaying that?
Right. Well, I don't know if he's going to be there, but he shared about it. And now there's going to be a Red State showing as well as Tusk 35 millimeter. So go to the New Beverly Theater site and you'll be able to learn more. Basically, they were talking about being like August is Michael Parks month. So it's definitely, they're putting aside that night or day. I'm not 100% sure of the time, but check it out at the New Beverly Theater. Isn't that cool though to be able to see it in that like?
Well, that's the
form?
wrong movie, but wait, it's Tusk, right?
Tusk, yeah, that was Yoga Hosers, but
Tusk is a I see it as a more arty film, but that's
it definitely
me.
is, and in honor of Michael
could be
Parks.
the Michael Parks, yes, exactly.
Michael Parks is an amazing actor. If you haven't seen them yet, how cool would this be?
My name is Guy LaPointe.
Yes, my name is Guy LaPointe. So let's move on again.
People can be goddamn mean,
Oh my god, I love Guy LaPointe, and I love Ralph Garman in that movie. So anyway, August 5th.
Yeah.
Big day in New Jersey.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
let's start promoting. Well, let's talk.
Okay. So let's talk about what this event is about.
First.
Yes.
There is on August 5th. It's Kevin's birthday.
Correct.
So in celebration in Red Bank, New Jersey, they are doing a cosplay event to break the Guinness Book of World Records, which I think currently stands at 250.
Okay.
Kevin seems to think they'll have no problem breaking this record.
I'm kind of believing him. It's going to be cray.
Yeah. So the festivities begin in Red Bank at like 6 a.m. if you have to register.
You have to be there at 6 a.m.
There's very specific instructions. You really do have to go online and read them. There's things that they're talking about I've seen on little message boards just quickly so you know, like people are asking, what if I go as this variant, like what did they call it? There was Blunt Man and Crime.
Oh, Blunt Man and Crime, yes.
And they're saying no, those will not count towards Jay and Silent Bob. Just like I don't believe anyone dressed as Kevin Smith. We posed this question several weeks ago,
and that is a no.
Those are no's. You have to be
specifically Jay and Bob.
And I guess to sort of back that up, you have to have a picture of the character you're cosplaying, so you can kind of say this is what I'm shooting for.
Right, and you might want to check out the Stash site just to go, just to check out all the rules because we want you guys to have all of everything because when you get there you don't want to be turned away because that would suck. So the whole day it seems like they're actually going to close down Broad Street, which is like the road that goes through Red Bank, and for all of the festivities. So it sounds like it's going to be a fun,
it'll
crazy
be a fun day.
day.
Now, on top of that, we've decided that
Right.
we will be in the crowd getting, footage and getting, interviews with
Right.
people. Just, we don't have to do long interviews, but just your love of Kevin, what you think of the event and that kind of stuff. And just get some footage and some fun.
Yeah.
And add it to our bank of the show.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. And
then that evening.
So if you know us, if you're familiar with the show, please.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, Gene, come over here. We're friends of the show or whatever. Yeah. And we'll talk to you and get you on audio and some video.
Right. And maybe we'll get like a compilation together and
have
a really
that's
fun.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So
some free content.
Yes.
No, but we're doing the work, so it's not like it's just going to appear there by itself.
So it's going to be a great day. It doesn't cost anything. Just your costume.
Yeah. You just have to come and cosplay.
Yeah, come and cosplay, and it's it's going to be great.
To cap off the evening, now unfortunately, but it's actually kind of good because we promoted it here about a week ago. We started banging the drum for when Brett Murray was on the show. For that evening, they're also doing a screening of Shooting Clerks. Now, the cool thing about this, all this is now out of the bag.
Right.
Some of it, you could say, came out of the bag here.
Yeah.
Because if you heard Brett Murray show again, without saying it, he essentially said, "We're going to be on Comic Book Man."
Oh my God, it's so cool.
So there's a good chance they're going to be shooting tonight, that evening. Now, the 5th sold out.
Yeah, at the Atlantic Highlands Theater is all sold out.
It's sold out, but
a whole bunch of people are going to be there.
Yeah, and Kevin's going to be there.
Bob Hawke's going to be there. Ernie O'Donnell.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who have been in the movie will be there.
We'll be there,
but it's certainly not about us. But we just like being in the room. It's an awesome experience.
Plus, just to be included and being part of, because we've been supporting them.
Being billed as Kevin's first time seeing it. I just find that hard to believe.
Really? You think you've seen it already?
Only because, let's see, because he's been involved with it. I can't see them not sending him a cut.
Yeah.
And him not watching it. Maybe it might be the first time he's seen it publicly, but whatever. Maybe I'm completely wrong too.
Yeah.
So maybe it is. Maybe this is actually the first
maybe
time.
Maybe he's the first time seeing it all together. Maybe he's seen little pieces of it.
I think if it is, like I said last week, it's going to be real special.
Oh my God,
Scott Schiaffo in the room playing his dad and stuff.
I know, and that's such a touching moment anyway. So.
Okay, so we dropped the bad news that it's sold out. So, what can you do? Well, if you still want to see the movie, you have another couple opportunities. The first would be the next night at the Brightside Tavern in Jersey City. Oh, and by the way, that event that evening is happening at Atlantic Highlands. I might have previously said Red Bank. It's Atlantic Highlands. That's where the movie's screening on the 5th.
Yes,
on the 6th.
not in Red Bank where the cosplay is. You have to go to Atlantic Highlands from that area.
Yeah. Furthermore,
yes.
So if you miss it that night, then the next night you can swing by the Brightside Tavern in Jersey City and see it there at a much probably more low-key screening.
It's really a cute little place.
Yeah, they did some screenings of it back in, was it November?
It was, yep.
Yeah, or early November, late October, somewhere in there. And it was before the election, just before the election, or was it just after?
Yeah, because we were with we were with our friends, and we were commiserating.
After?
I think it was after, because I think Andy, our friends.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were commiserating, and we're so happy to be able to have somebody to talk to about it.
The wounds
like
were
therapy.
Fresh. Yeah, we were all shocked.
Yeah, but you know what?
Because he didn't win the election.
And I remember.
Did I say that out loud just there? Wrong show. Sorry. You can hear me rant about Trump all you want on another show with my son called Bone Crushing Juggernaut,
right,
which is on the YouTubes only.
Right.
We're not doing audio. We're YouTube only, just to do another thing.
And I remember being so happy being out and having a good time, because it was just a really funky, yucky time. So,
but that was one
great.
of the screenings that everyone like sort of really enjoyed was because it was more low key.
Well, and Brian O'Halloran was there, and he was doing karaoke.
It was like moved to tears, dude. It was.
Oh my
it was
God,
like,
it was so emotional.
Yeah, because they did like a Q&A after. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, so there's another opportunity,
right?
And
you get to see Laura Madsen while you're there.
Yes,
she's a great girl.
Gene's sweet on her. Anyway, and CJ Cullen.
CJ Cullen as well. Yes.
I think they're like somehow related.
Yeah, they're close. Yeah. Are they related?
I don't know if they're related. I don't know if they're related.
We need to find this out.
I don't know. I don't think so. Let's not even suggest something that we might not know.
Yeah, that's at 7 p.m. That show.
And I don't know why that we would be afraid to suggest that, but because we have no idea. Anyway,
I don't know either, but that is 7 p.m. 7 p.m. show.
More evening. It's in a bar, so you can drink and watch.
Yeah.
If you like to have a beer with your film.
And it kind of makes the showing a little nicer.
Yeah,
when you have
it's kind of like a little, and it's like a little date too. It can be a date night.
Oh yeah, bring a girl, bring a guy,
bring a girl, bring a guy,
both.
bring both. Yeah, bring a try,
bring a couple. Yeah,
maybe we'll do that. Also, what else? I don't know who's going to attend that one in particular, but I wouldn't be surprised if O'Halloran makes another appearance. And
I think he liked that place too.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't his first time there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had been there before.
He loves the karaoke.
He loves
apparently.
karaoke.
Yeah, he's a sucker for the karaoke. So then there's one more screening that I know of, and that is the
August 13th.
August 13th
at the Monmouth Film Festival.
Now, as soon as we get off and finish this show, we're going to go get tickets because the one thing that I was looking at the info online. It appears Kevin will be there.
Kevin's going to be at that one.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be at that screening, and it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, so check that out.
Yeah, only $15. So
yeah.
if you pick up a couple tickets to that, you're... now, I don't know if you also need to... It appears as though you don't have to be going to the entire film festival.
I don't know. We'll check it out.
So you check that out as well. I don't know.
Right.
It might be $15 plus. Little do we know you have to spend more money on a festival as well or whatever.
I think they might be trying to do another one in New York, but keep an eye on the Shooting Clerk sites on Facebook and on Twitter, and just keep an eye on it and follow them on Twitter and all that, and you'll be able to get tickets.
And I
believe
right away. They're shooting a TV show in what town is that? Shoot, they're doing I thought it was like a PBS channel or something.
Cool.
Down in South Jersey, but I can't remember the town. And I think they're doing it on the 4th. I know that we're busy.
Okay.
So we'd love to go, but
yeah.
But if you're in the area and you want to support them, they were tweeting about it. Check out their Twitter feed.
Yeah, so check out the Shooting Clerks on Twitter.
So next week, big Shooting Clerks week.
Yeah, it's
another
big
week. And then the week after that, Monmouth Film Festival.
Right.
Which is going to be a big to-do.
Right.
Where it's screening.
And that's pretty much the SMedlines this week. I think we got
Is that it? We covered everything?
I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, let me...
Thanks, guys.
Let me do this then. And I'm putting this back in the two-shot.
It's very...
Ooh, we're all queued up. That was my very...
professional.
Mellow voice in there. It's been the SMedlines. Anyway.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, my dear.
Aww.
So, here we go. Now, first, I want to throw out some edgement corrections ahead of time.
Oh, boy.
No, there's only
before anybody...
yeah, before you hear them, I'm well, there's one thing I did want to prep. Because at one point in this interview, we talk about... It's towards the end. And it's not long. We do about a half hour, which is great. Because you know what? I mean, the reason we did that was when we contacted Ralph, we said, how much time? And he said, 30 minutes. So we wanted to work to that. And plus, you know what? It's tight. It's perfect.
It's a nice amount of time.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Too much is just...
Yeah. It's got its own flavor. He's so gracious, and it's a lot of fun. But there's one point towards the end where I talk about Kevin and... the guy, Seth McFarlane.
Seth McFarlane, yeah.
And I said, I remember you guys telling me when the kids were little that, oh, look, because you knew I like Kevin Smith. So we're back in Virginia now.
Right.
So it's at least 2009.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, oh, look, Kevin and Seth MacFarlane are both on this episode of Fairly Odd Parents. That was the show that I can't remember during this interview. So
yeah.
It's like episode. It's like, I want to say it's like season 5, episode 5.
That was such a great show.
Yeah, so
I liked watching that show.
Obviously, they weren't in the same room, as we say, but that's the show I reference. I was right. I did have.
Oh, you were right.
There was something in there. I just couldn't remember what show it was.
You knew it was a cartoony show.
Yeah,
you just didn't know which one.
After the episode, I Googled.
Yeah.
Also,
and you were right.
There's a moment up front that Ralph corrects me. I'm talking about Tusk, but I keep saying yoga hosers because I have yoga hosers totally on the brain.
Yeah. Well, that happens too.
Yeah, because I had set up something.
Yeah. And he's a podcaster, so he knows that shit happens. So.
Yeah.
He's very gracious. What a wonderful guy. I'm just like so.
He's a dude, man.
Can I just tell
he's
you?
He's a rabid dude, man.
Can I just tell you? I just am so like overwhelmed by him. He's just so talented.
You're overwhelmed by him?
Very gracious.
You're overwhelmed by him?
Yes, overwhelmed by him.
You're hopelessly devoted? Would that be?
Hopelessly devoted to you, yes. I'm having a Grace moment with Sandy and.
I bet all you need are the dulcet tones of one of Hollywood's greatest living actors.
Ooh-ah. I did that today out of the blue. I was doing something and I went, ooh-ah.
Yeah, well, it's easy to do.
I know. It's just in there.
Yeah, he's got a good opportunity thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I hope that it comes through as well in the audio that you guys are about to hear. Because, you know, when you hear him do it on Hollywood Babble-On,
right,
you're hearing him through probably an SM58 type mic, which is a handheld dynamic mic, really more made for, club and performance singing.
Yeah.
So it's not crystal clear quality. Now it's like you're hearing him in this, very intimate setting over the wire. We had a good connection.
Crisp and clear.
Oh my God. You can hear like the little gurgles in the back of his voice on those. And it's just like, wow, this is one of the most impressive Al Pacino. And he even points it out at one point. He's like, it's even better when I'm quieter. I don't want to do it. I don't even want to attempt to do it because I don't want to even take any wind out of its sails.
Oh, yeah. Because, it's...
Yeah. And I don't want to overly do this setup, too, because...
Yeah, but it's hard not to because it was such a great interview.
Yeah, because we're about to do it again anyway in the intro.
Right.
And I'm also trying to set it up so that I can not have to cut as much. So why don't you tell me a little what you thought, what it was like getting Ralph on the show.
What it was like getting him?
Yeah, and you can also tell us quickly what happened and why we weren't able to get him when we thought we were going to get him.
Okay, well, originally, now Ralph and I have kind of had an email relationship. He's never somebody who's not. Mean? Well, you know what I mean. More like professional. No.
I know. Even if it was, I wouldn't.
And he's like has a couple, so like they're not like they're used for different things. So basically, we've been playing phone tag. We've met before, so we knew who we were. Mm-hmm. And I just like been sending emails, and then one day he said okay, and then it just kind of happened. We scheduled the date, and
then he had to cancel.
Well, then he had to cancel, and it was Family Guy in bold. Family Guy needs me to run in.
So cool.
So, of course, I mean, gosh, what am I going to say? Like, Family Guy, how could you do that? How could you cancel us for Family Guy? Your bread and butter. So,
speaking of bread and butter,
yes.
Maybe just to so that it's out of the way and that no one has to really worry about all the spots getting.
Okay.
We should just
let's do that now.
Why don't we take a moment to hear from our sponsors like Death Wish Coffee coming at you. And please bear with me as a moment as I jump through 500 hoops. All right, we want to take a moment to talk about Death Wish Coffee. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and get over to deathwishcoffee.com. And there you can buy the strongest coffee known to man without a prescription.
The world's strongest coffee ever.
Yes. As proudly displayed on my wife's sweatshirt over there.
Yes, on my body,
Yes.
on my mug,
Yes.
on
It's
my
on my mug.
K-cups. Not...
Yes. And you'll know them by their telling sign of the skull and crossbones that
It's
tells
so
you
good.
exactly what you're in for. It's that used to be the international symbol for poison, but now it is the symbol for good damn coffee.
It's awesome. Without milk, with milk, you don't really need it because it's strong.
But
it's
not bitter?
Not bitter. So you don't even need milk. You don't even need sugar, but you can add it if you'd like. It's just really, really the perfect, strongest, most awesome coffee.
Become a junkie of Death Wish, just like the Anderson Council. And
we got him hooked.
again, deathwishcoffee.com. Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
it.
I want to take this time to mention to you www.audibletrial.com/ThatMan on Fatman. That's right, www.audibletrial.com/ThatMan on Fatman. That's one word, conjunctified. Go there, sign up for your free 30-day free trial. Sign up, get a free book. A free audiobook, because you don't have to go through no tedious reading. You don't have to turn no fucking pages. You don't have to do any of that bullshit. You get in your car, you put on your headphones, and you are listening to a book. You're taking a magical journey into a fictitious land. You're expanding your mind, all when you're stuck in traffic. Fucking amazing. Audiobooks. These are the wave of the future. And you can get in for free for 30 days. A free trial. And when you get your free trial, you can download a copy of Tough Shit by our Savior, Kevin Smith. That's right. Our Lord and Savior, Kevin Smith, has left words for us to follow in our lives. And we can get it for free just by signing up to audibletrial.com/ThatMan on Fatman. That's right. audibletrial.com/ThatMan on Fatman. Thank you. Please sign up. You'll be very happy you did. And we're back.
Yes,
Yay.
we're back.
Might have been an audio issue in there, but I fixed it along the way.
Oh, yes.
So by the second commercial, you'll hear the audio.
So,
Poor
yeah,
Death
so
Wish.
we
Let's fix that later.
finally got Ralph. And
Yes, we got the very... So, like I mentioned, I'm trying to collect all the Kevin co-hosts now.
Yeah.
So we only have 3 more to go. That would be Jay.
Right.
That would be Scott, Mr. Bozier,
Right.
Mr. Moussier.
Right.
See, now you know what's funny?
Moussier.
I can always spell. I had such a problem spelling that man's name. I wasn't sure where the I was.
Right.
But thank you to Kevin Smith saying Moussier
Moussier.
in Tusk. Mr. Moussier,
Oh, I
the
love
doctor.
that.
Yeah, that's how I know how to say that's how I know how to spell Mosier now.
Right.
And so I know
Right.
where the I is.
It's so funny because now it sounds like we have a little collection going. We're having all of the co-host collection.
Well,
So
we're trying. We
almost
got
there.
3 more.
Right.
Then Matt Myra.
And
So
Matt
those are the
Myers,
3
yeah.
left.
Exactly. So
So
anyway, it was a pleasure talking to Ralph. Thank you, sir, for
Yeah,
coming
this
on.
is totally awesome.
And,
What was about to follow is a really cool interview.
Yes.
And we thoroughly enjoyed it. And rather than keep going, let's now kick it over to said interview with the awesome co-host of Hollywood Babble-On with Kevin Smith, also star of Screen and so many things that we're about to talk to him about, and voice work
Family
for
Guy.
Family Guy, and just also a mensch. Here he comes, Mr. Ralph Garman.
And now, here's our guest.
All right, I'm so excited now. The guest that we have on today, it's kind of funny because I think that each of Kevin Smith's guests, co-hosts, each one has a different kind of personality and also brings out different aspects of Kevin. And after Kevin's first podcast, his second podcast started with this particular gentleman. I always kind of got the feel that this gentleman was sort of like the grumpy uncle.
Yeah.
Or, like kind of a surlier guy than like Scott Mosier, who's very much like a very quiet intellectual. Like when he opens his mouth, it's like kaboom.
Well, and he has like an earthy, biscuity kind of.
Yeah. But, okay, so like when we finally got an opportunity to meet him in person, I was like, I was a little nervous. I was like, is he going to be like the surly drunk who's going to like swing at me or something? I don't know. So, but we were instantly bowled over at how just genuinely nice and warm.
And very loving. And
sweet. And just like a nice
very
person.
Welcoming. Very welcoming.
It was insane.
Open arms and a wonderful hug. Yeah, and just very sweet.
So it's a pleasure to welcome to the show Mr. Ralph Garman. Are you there, sir? Do I have you? Did I lose you?
Hello?
Yes,
Yay!
there you are. Okay.
There I am.
He is. There's that sweetheart.
I potted up the wrong mic.
That's okay.
I'm so nervous. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
No problem.
And thank you for agreeing to come on.
I also see you as like an action figure in our collection because I'm trying to collect all of Kevin's co-hosts for the show. So thank you for being an action figure for me.
I'm happy to be collected.
So tell us a little bit about how you and Kevin met.
I do a morning radio show here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And Kevin and I met because he would come on the program to promote his various films or projects, whatever he had going on. And so Kevin and I would stand in the parking lot and smoke cigarettes and chat about the day's events and what's going on in show business and movies and television. And we got to be friends. Okay. And so at some point, we said to each other, we really have a great chemistry. I mean, I have a segment on the radio show where I do entertainment news called the Showbiz Beat. And whenever Kevin would come on as a guest, I would always have him sit in with me, and we would riff and make jokes about the entertainment news that I was reporting on. And at some point, it dawned on me that chemistry and that sort of natural that's like you mentioned, I'm the cranky guy. He's the teddy bear. That dynamic really was entertaining for people, and we thought we'd take that and expand on it.
And you guys have like a nightclub success.
That was just an accident, because originally the idea was to do it on the radio, to do a weekly radio show on the station where I do the morning show, and we do a sort of week in review of entertainment and pop culture news. And that didn't happen. They didn't want us, frankly. They said nobody's interested in people talking on the radio anymore, and they said no thanks. So we started doing it in front of a live audience. The very first show we did was in front of a live audience, and unlike Kevin's other podcast at the time, it was very presentational and sort of more of a comedy show than just a conversation. And slowly but surely we started adding bigger rooms and bigger audiences and more production value, and now it's a full-blown stage show.
Booze was important.
And booze.
Yes. But you definitely came at it with a segmented approach. I mean, you had radio jingles and stuff, so you definitely knew from that aspect what you were doing.
Not initially. If you go back to the very beginning, it was just us talking, and then little by little we started adding audio jingles, as you mentioned, and then we found out we could add visuals, so we started adding photographs, and then we started adding video clips, and now it's multimedia, really much more of a live show, even more so than a podcast.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, okay. Now, there was a weird period there where you were like, I think we're going to be on Amazon Prime, and then that sort of like dematerialized what happened there? But
just recently, you mean?
Yeah, just before you decided to take it on your own on video.
Yes. Well, initially it was going to be AMC. We did a pilot for AMC, and we were going to do a TV version of Hollywood Babble-On. That was going to be a specific TV show. Then Amazon Prime said to us, we're doing original content now. We're putting stuff up. You can just put it right up. And we said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And Kevin was so excited about the idea that he sort of announced it the minute we made the decision to do it.
Yeah.
The problem was that we went to Amazon and they said, yes, we'll be happy to take your content, give us the video, and then give us about 2.5 weeks for us to vet it and to take a look at it and to approve it. And then once we get through that process, then we'll post it up on Amazon.
Hey, there's this whole thing out there called the internet.
Yeah, and so we said we can't wait 10 days.
Yeah.
to 2 weeks to put our stuff up because it's a timely show. We do news.
And because you have to go through
Yeah. It's topical.
Yeah.
Right. So Amazon no longer became an option. And so Kevin said, you know what, screw this. Let's just do it ourselves. We'll just build a paywall, and we'll just create Babble-Vision, and people, if they want to watch the video version of the show, they can watch it through that. So that's how that happened.
And where can they go to get Babble-Vision?
Babblevision.com. It's very simple. Just go there, and there's a monthly fee you can pay, or there's a yearly fee you can pay, and you can watch not only every live Babble that we shoot. I mean, we're going to miss some weeks, obviously, because Kevin will be off in Vancouver filming Supergirl or something. But we're also going to do a bunch of bonus content, including some old Babble episodes that we videotaped. There's a plan to have a little walking tour through my Batman 66 collection here at the house. So we
get to see the Batcave?
Yes, you can see the Batcave. There's lots of video ideas we have that we're going to put up on Babble-Vision.
Do you have the Shakespeare head?
I have a replica of the Shakespeare head.
Okay. Yeah. Does it actually? Could you have a button? Does it slide the wall back?
No, it doesn't do that. I do have a sliding wall. But
I know that. Yeah.
You
that
do
goes
have
on
a
its own.
sliding wall?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
does.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
The head flips back, and there's a switch, and it controls a bunch of lights here that I have in the office. I'm sitting here as we speak.
He's a total diehard.
Oh, he's in there now. I can see it.
It's so funny. Yeah. He's in his geek room, and we're in our geek room. Yeah. But our geek room has his stuff in it.
Yeah, it has you and Kevin like all over. So yeah,
and other stuff, trophies,
and other stuff, and other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I want to highlight a couple areas. I don't know if you realize how much you have an impact on people's lives on a daily basis, but I don't know. Do you remember there was a show that you did? It was during all the Love It stuff, and it was you and Kevin and Mosier. Like in a house show, you at home. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I think it's the only time that Mosier and I ever did a show together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've hung out a bunch. He's a friend, but we've never done anything together on a podcast. I think that was the only one at Kevin's house. Yeah.
Okay. So at that time, I was like walking and trying to get healthy again and all this stuff. And there's literally a hill I walk up that may as well be the Philadelphia fucking stairs. So I'm walking up and I'm listening to that show, and just out of the blue, Kevin references a tweet, and he's like, I remember reading a tweet, Scott, that like on my show, on SModcast, you're the professor and I'm the idiot. And I didn't say idiot in the tweet, but I said I don't remember what I said, like the dummy or whatever the fuck. But and then on his show, he plays more of the idiot, but the fact that Kevin said that on that show, like, moved me, and like I literally was jumping up and down on this fucking hill like Rocky, as you guys read that, as he like recalled my tweet. So I mean, that was just one of those moments I always remember, because it just felt like I moved the universe somehow in some small way. Like I impacted Kevin's head because he just pulled it at random. So I tip my hat to you. But then, I'm going to suck your dick just a little bit more.
Well, let me just say real quickly about that. I mean, I know what you're talking about, and I know that feeling and how energizing that can be for someone who's a listener or a fan to have that reaction. And that's why early on in our show's origin and growth, I told Kevin early on that I wanted to include an interactive segment where we would talk to people in the audience and talk to people who had sent in emails to us and put up their fan art and stuff that they would send in. Because when I was a kid growing up in Philadelphia, there was a weekend horror movie host. Every local station back in the day used to have their guy who would play horror movies and intercut his sketches and stuff with the show. And there was a guy called Dr. Shock in Philadelphia, and he would have a segment where he would read fan letters, or if you drew a picture, he would show it and stuff. Uh-huh. And I remember sending in a letter to him, and he read it out loud and showed my picture on the TV. And I must have been, 8 or 9 years old.
Oh my God.
And that stuck with me. That experience stuck with me so deeply. I told Kevin, I said, wouldn't it be fun if we could interact with our listeners and mention their names and read their emails and show their art? And that's why, as you know, it's a very big chunk of the show now at the beginning. We go through that with all the fans. And it's so interactive, and we get such a strong reaction from people who were either there when we talk to them, or we do quote their emails or something that they said, and people get a big kick out of it. So I understand that.
And it feels
Speaking
so
of that,
good.
Shout out to Big Daddy Jimmy V.
Yes. Big Daddy.
When we were out in California, that man loaned us a car.
Yes,
so that
he
we
did.
could go around and film while we were there.
So we could film for a movie.
Yeah.
So Big
He's
Daddy.
a terrific guy, and
Totally.
he's such a huge supporter of Babble-On. We really appreciate him on the show.
Yes, he's an amazing guy. So shout out to you there.
Shout out to Jimmy.
Okay, now, another, I was very big into the Yoga Hosers thing. I was there, when the first podcast came out, on the journey, the Walrus Yes, seeing the movie unfold. We were there in the theater when it was that opening night. Where it's send us your tickets and you'll be. So, and now I have to admit, I often say, no, it wasn't empty. There was. I said, there's about 12 people. No, it was probably more like 6. But okay, so we're in this theater with only about 6 people seeing Yoga Hosers, and I have to say, I had a Cape Fear laugh moment when I saw Frank Garman on the screen.
Oh my God.
I could not control myself. It was by far it was I really Cape Feared it. And
okay, so you're talking about Tusk, not Yoga Hosers.
I'm sorry. That's exactly what I meant. Tusk. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. When I was Detective
Oh my God.
Frank Garman. Yeah.
Yes.
Garman.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that was Tusk.
I like both films, but yeah, that was such a journey. That's much a heavier film. It's a dark film, and I could see why some people don't like it or can't get with it. But Yoga Hosers to me
it's funny. Let me quickly say about that. When I showed up on the set, I didn't know that was going to be the nameplate when I saw my desk on the set, and so I also had a laugh out loud moment when I saw that.
Oh, really?
You did? Oh, how
Yeah,
cool.
that was a surprise from Kevin to me.
Yeah, and
I
we're
love
going to
that.
leave that as an inside joke. Let the people do the research on that as to why that's so funny. Now, when you're Yoga Hosers is to me so digestible. It's akin to Mallrats in that you could just put it on and it doesn't ask much of you.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun and light. And I know some people are like, "What is this?" But I really dig it. I know on Netflix it's found a life of its own.
It really has.
And,
Yes.
and we have 2 teens that we got. It was the first Kevin Smith movie that I got to bring my daughter to.
And it
Oh,
was
how
so-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And that was something that was important to Kevin. He even said,
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
want to make a movie where
And my
dad
son.
can bring your kids to it.
and they both loved it.
They're teenagers or whatever.
Absolutely,
It
that was the audience
yeah,
for sure.
It was awesome.
So, what was your favorite part about making that particular film? He's like, the
No, I mean, no, it was all great. I mean, it came out of the blue. It was such a surprise because, I mean, you guys know the story by now, but it was supposed to be Michael Parks was supposed to play that role. He was going to be the evil, defrosted Nazi scientist. And then when Parks's health was failing him and he wasn't able to do it, Kevin was in a jam and he said, I need to recast this. And I said, who do you have in mind? And literally he said, you. And I was like, that's a very different,
Did you
direction.
realize you were playing against Johnny Depp? You'd be in a scene with one of the greatest actors.
I didn't at the time, but of course, eventually I found that out, and that was, I think, the real joy of the shoot for me was working with Johnny, and we had such a blast together. And it's funny, early on when we were shooting, I wasn't even at that point sure what tone I was going to take with the character yet, but the minute I saw Johnny just bouncing off the walls and being as crazy as he is with that character, I knew that I had the freedom to be as silly and as cartoony as I wanted to be.
Now, I had the opportunity to see, didn't we see that out in L.A.? Gene?
Yes, we did.
So we saw that out in L.A. And again,
We did.
I had the opportunity, I had the biggest laugh elicited from me during that movie was from you. It was when you go like this. You were like,
They told me I had no talent. They told me I stink on ice. You're so negative and hurtful. They cut me, Mick.
oh my God, they cut me, Mick. Came out of left field and just cracked me.
That was an ad lib,
and that was one of those ones that I kept I couldn't let it go. I kept for at least a good 5 minutes. I was still going off on that one.
And it was an ad lib, but that's what you just said, right?
Yeah, and there was a couple in there. I did another one where we were talking about the character that sort of brings me into the Nazi fold, named Adrian Arcan. And so I'm doing Stallone in that chunk there, and I was like, yo, Adrian. I was like, how can I not do that? The guy's name is Adrian. It's the perfect feat in there. But yeah, it was so much.
That's right.
It was a crazy, crazy shoot because we only had Johnny for one more day, so we were shooting all of his stuff first, and then we were shooting all of my stuff, and it was almost like it was 20 hours, like a 20-hour shooting day. It was so long.
Was Kevin like rewriting it as you go? Well, now I got to rewrite it to like Al Pacino. OOOWHAA.
Well, he rewrote the script once he decided that he was going to cast me in it. He rewrote the script and wrote all those impressions into the script, so that was all ready to go.
When you read it, you're like, "Isn't this a little kooky? Is the audience going to buy this?"
Yes.
I did say to him, I said, I know you get a kick out of the impressions I do on Babble, but may not be the best fit for the movie. And he said, look, we want the Babble-On fans to come to this and get a kick out of the fact that they're seeing you do all that stuff that you do. And he said, it's so much fun to be.
And it's a great setup for the girls. The girls have such great reactions to you.
They do.
By not knowing who you are and shit. It's so funny. That's part of the charm to me. It's like, pull the trigger. Wow, they're so off.
That's not Batman. That's not Batman at all.
Can you give us a little Al Pacino, sir?
OOOWHAA. Well, I'd be happy to. Because you guys, Scott and Gene, what a couple. You got a couple of great asses.
You got that right.
Do you know what? That's not that half bad Al Pacino there.
I've been saving that all fucking day.
It's funny. We were shooting that,
God,
and my very first scene with Johnny was him at the end of the table, and they're handcuffed, and I'm eating cereal, and I wake up, and it's, you're very excellent, and I go into this German, and then first thing I do is Pacino, and after that first take, Johnny leans in and he goes, that's a pretty good Al Pacino. And I said, he's friends with Al, so that made me relax. I said, okay, I'm in good hands.
I have to say, I don't know that I've ever heard it that in the cans this close up, and you hit those little those little gurgles in the throat that you can't hear necessarily on the show through a different kind of mic.
Yeah, it's even better when I do it quiet.
Yeah,
because that's how Al is. He's very intense, and then he gets loud. Ooh-ah.
Do you have a Bobby D?
I don't really. I don't know why.
It's more a face.
One.
You just got to do that face he does. That's all you got to do for him. But you do have a walk-in.
I do, yeah.
Everybody
Chris
has
Walken, he's so interesting because the voice and the rhythm is so strange.
Yeah. Whenever I even try and pull that off, which I do poorly, I have to go to communion to try and dial it in, and it's because that is such a weird movie. But
yeah, very.
That is a weird movie.
Did you see it?
I have, yes. Very odd. He's the king of odd.
He's very odd.
I remember him from Annie Hall. He's got that great scene where he's just starting out in his career, and he plays Diane Keaton's brother in that, and he talks about how he sees cars driving towards him, and he wants. And I think about turning into the headlights and crashing, the killing, and then of course he gives them a ride to the airport, and Woody Allen is just white knuckling it the whole way to the airport.
I have to go now because I'm wanted back on the planet Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I love Woody Allen. When you guys went to Crimes and Misdemeanors the other day, the only thing I could think of is my sister, a strange man defecated on my sister. That is a brilliant movie. And the way they unfold that is so interesting. It's like the moral leaves you like, shit, you can get away with murder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a dark film.
And it really doesn't matter. It's however you want to write the story.
Yep.
Another pour one out for him.
Yes. Pour one out.
Yeah, Landau was a great one.
So what character, you had to reschedule with us because you got yanked into Family Guy.
Yes.
What voices do you do on Family Guy? Because
I'm on every episode of Family Guy now. I've been doing every episode for a decade. I am the sort of utility guy over there where when there's a cutaway and Peter says, It's like that time when, and then something happens. I'm the cop or the doctor or the politician. I mean, I don't have any recurring characters on the show, but I'm often, the policeman.
I was going to say, so were you the cops in the weed episode where he's like, I'm a family guy?
You know what?
Small amounts of pot.
I record yes, that was me.
Yes, that's what I
God,
thought.
so
Yes,
cool.
pot,
Yes.
small amount of pot.
We were trying to figure that out. Yes, that was you.
Yes.
And I've had some big roles. I mean, I played the Southern sheriff that arrested guys when they're on that road trip. It's sort of that Cool Hand Luke spoof that we did. I'm Brian's veterinarian. I announced his death when he died.
Wow.
You remember that one.
And weren't you the evil dog too? Like his evil counterpart, sort of his nemesis or something? Was that
you? Yeah, I was the one who looked through the window at him.
What an awesome show to be involved with. It's so
it really is. It's so much fun, and Seth is so great and so loyal to it. He's like Kevin in that way. He's so loyal to his friends because I started working with him on Family Guy, and then I got to play Mark Wahlberg's dad in Ted. I'm the dad when the bear first comes to life.
A transformer. I'm sorry.
And then he used me in A Million Ways to Die in the West. I'm the English teacher in the town that film. And I just finished shooting the Orville, his new show for Fox. I've got a role in that show that I'll be doing. So
you're a busy guy.
It's terrific. He's terrific that way.
Now, I hope I'm not pulling on the wrong thread here, but I had traditionally heard that Kevin and the Family Guy camp had a bit of a rub.
I didn't find that out until we were talking about it literally on the podcast. Early on, I was talking about Family Guy, and Kevin was like, "Oh no." I said, "We should get you guys together." He's like, "Oh no, we don't get along."
Seth notoriously is a weed head, and Kevin's a weed head.
Yeah,
They're both liberal. You figure they would be dudes.
They would totally jive.
Yeah, but there was a falling out early on when there was some criticism of Family Guy during the recording of the commentary track for the Clerks animated series, and they caught wind, and so they started putting Kevin in Family Guy and taking shots at him, and it's a long, sort of ridiculous, long-running feud that I'm still sort of dedicated myself to squashing at some point.
Yeah.
Until you said that, I was like, wait a minute, that's right, because I remember Brian O'Halloran doing a fucking impression of Stewie in that commentary.
Yeah. But you know what? That would be such a cool pairing if that would that could be.
And I thought they weren't they all featured on an episode of some other kid show? It's cartoon. I could have sworn that. Kevin and Seth were both on another animated show, and I can't remember what it was.
No, I don't remember
that the kids watched.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, they both did voice work, but obviously when you do voice work on animation.
You're never in the room with the people at the same time.
They should totally be friends because they would totally hit it off.
All right. Well, I'll get to work on that.
Get to work on that.
You have plenty of free time. Let's go.
Plus, Kevin, since I kind of look at Kevin as pre-weed, post-weed, I see him as a much more
he's
open and, I don't know, letting go of. I could see him letting go of a lot of past shit.
Yeah,
much more easier.
Right.
Well, they have both separately to me said that, I'm sort of over that. So we haven't got them in the room yet together, but I think signs point to a positive connection.
Then you can get it. Maybe get a little voice work for Kevin on the Family Guy show.
Well, I'm going back to shoot another episode of the Orville, so I'm thinking maybe inviting Kevin along. He can come and play and visit the set because it's really impressive. This set that they've built for this show is it's like walking onto a spaceship.
Oh my God! And Kevin's such a big fanboy. Wow. He's going to be all over that.
Yeah, so I think he'd get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Give us some geek picks. What should we keep our eyes on?
Geek picks.
Yeah. What are you going to be looking at? What are you looking at? I know besides The Bachelor and your strange taste in shows.
Yes, that was a byproduct of my wife watching it and me getting hooked. But I'll tell you something, it is compelling. You can't help but turn away once you get hooked.
I get it because I was trapped in the house one weekend and I got sucked into Ice Road Truckers,
and
so I get how it happens.
And
this reality shows can grab you
when your guard is down.
And remember, you got into RuPaul's Drag Race a little bit too.
Yeah, but that was more to spend more time.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's what Ralph was doing with his wife. He was watching it with her, and then
and then I accidentally got hooked. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Well, I had to stop when I was prancing around the house in heels. I felt I crossed the line.
You took it a little too far, sweetie.
Yes, I did indeed. So
nothing wrong putting on some fishnet stockings once in a while. Come on.
Let
me give you a geek pick.
Sorry, that was a little too loud.
You got the...
Stop, you damn it. Keep hitting it.
A geek pick. Here's the geek pick. I was just at Comic-Con, and I hosted the panel. I moderated the panel for Amazon Prime Video's The Tick with Peter Serafinowicz.
I voted for that one.
It is awesome. I've seen about 5 episodes, and it's terrific. And I think the geeks out there are going to love it. I mean, of course, Patrick Warburton did a great job with the original live action version, and I think the cartoon was funny, but this one is really outstanding. So people should, August 25th, you'll be able to download the first 6 episodes, I think, of The Tick, and people will really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so too. I like the pilot that they put out.
Yeah, the pilot's great. It gets even better.
Yeah. Oh,
who
cool.
plays The Tick? Who's the guy who plays The Tick?
Is a British actor named Peter Serafinowicz, and you may recognize him from the Edgar Wright films. He was in...
And wasn't he also in Guardians?
Yes, exactly.
He was the guy who was the head of the Nova Corps. What an asshole.
Oh, I liked him. Cool, I liked him.
But also, go on YouTube
He's
and find his sketch stuff, because he is a brilliant impressionist. I mean, he puts me to shame, and he does original characters, and he sings. I mean, he's really a talented guy and a pretty big star in the UK, but not so much over here. So I think a lot of people are going to discover him thanks to this.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be in Philly November 5th, right? Or November something. November 3rd?
We are, we're taking the thing on the road. We've got San Jose, California coming up. Then we've got Orlando, Florida. Then, you're right, Philadelphia is November 3rd, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Friday night, November 3rd. And then we just announced we're going to be in Boulder, Colorado, in December 9th, I think. So we've got some road shows coming up.
You're not swinging out for Kevin's birthday for all the craziness that will be the Jay and Silent Bob cosplay event?
You're not going to dress up as Silent Bob?
Yeah.
I would if I could, but I made a promise to my daughter that I would take her on vacation to a water park that weekend.
Yes.
So we're doing a little family trip.
Awesome.
Oh, you're going to miss my acting debut as Howard Stern in Shooting Clerks.
Sorry
he
about
did.
that.
He played Howard Stern.
Yeah, that's no shit.
That's awesome.
crazy?
Congratulations.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss me.
Yeah, it's like a pretty quick thing, but it's
I
we know
actually
it's you.
also was credited as Kevin Smith's stand-in. So
Yeah.
I got to play 2 of my heroes in one movie.
Good for you.
I know, right? Pretty cool.
And I love that whole experience. It was
That was
awesome.
fun.
Well, sir, thank you so much for giving us your time. I am so glad we could finally get you on the show.
I'm glad that
Thank
you
you
kept
so
asking.
much.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to do it sooner, but
And
we finally got it done.
And I hope I wasn't being like a pain and, all that good stuff, but I just couldn't.
No,
I couldn't
I'm glad
help.
you kept asking.
Yeah.
I mean, I always had intended to say yes,
I
but
know.
as you mentioned, schedules get difficult and it's hard to
Absolutely.
find the time. And I'm glad we finally got a chance to sit down and talk.
Yeah, we are too.
Thank you so much for being on the show, sir.
My pleasure, guys.
All right, and we're back.
We're back from
And
that.
that was the cool-ass Ralph Garman interview.
Amazing time we had.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Garman. That was awesome.
It was perfect.
And we can't wait to see you in November
Yeah.
when we come out for Babble.
Babble and Philly.
As well as other stuff.
Hometown
What's
boy.
going on. We'll
Hometown
tell you
boy.
more about it as
Yes.
we get closer to that date.
Yep. He's coming back home to do a show with Kevin.
Yeah, that was this. I think I found a top 10 moment of 2017. Now, every once in a while, it's like, because I think ahead. Because, now we're on a roll. We do that. It's an annual thing, so we have to keep doing it.
Right. That's fun.
Around
too.
New Year's. So, yeah. It's so weird because New Year's kicks off this strange show celebration because we start looking at the year, but then before you know it, by February, we have our show anniversary.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, my head is cocked. I'm in a weird angle because of the camera and shit. Video, blah. I was telling Gene off camera how much it throws me off because it takes my focus away from.
We don't do it every time, so we do it sparingly. So we'll do it, off and on.
And this will be special because it'll drop ahead of the podcast, and everyone will be like, "Hey, wait, we can check it out early a little bit."
And it's Ralph, and it's
and we're making it special, and blah blah blah.
Something different. And
I keep going blah blah blah.
So, but we have a lot of stuff coming up. It's good.
Yeah, we got some cool guests coming up. We've got. Let's see.
Oh my God, how do we do it without spoiling it?
Well, we can talk about tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow. So a few weeks back, we had what was called the top 10 SModcast episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was we never actually did that. And there was like a few extra threads in there during the show that we never got back to.
Right.
Well, we're circling back to that. So.
Right, because we were talking with Pete and Nick.
Yeah, and here's the truth. I just like those guys. I like having them on. I
Pete
think
and
there's
Nick
a great
from
energy.
Where Are My Seats?
Yes,
Check
from Where
out
Are
their
My
podcast.
Seats. They're a couple podcasters, but
Yes.
they're also just really, they're Kevin fans. They're nerds. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're
and
really cool guys.
Yeah, we really dig. I just like their energy.
Yeah.
Fucking go back and listen to the first part, just because of some of the bombs that Nick drops every once in a while, and real fast, quick
Oh,
jokes.
yeah, he's got a quick wit.
And he's an MST3K guy.
Yeah.
If there's a guy I ever started an MST3K show with, it would certainly be him.
Oh, yeah, and that was brought up, I think, at some point.
Yes. Well, we should definitely do a special episode.
Yes, of course.
Like, that's something we can commit.
Right.
Doing a whole show at this point.
That's a big commitment. It's a lot on your plate.
It was not for everybody. When we bounced it around, it was like, like everyone sort of wants to be the guy who doesn't do the work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then sometimes it becomes work, and then the show isn't fun anymore. So you really have to think about if it's something you really want to do. So.
Now that all said, well,
it might happen.
I'll talk to him tomorrow. Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Like, because I built it. Let them come.
Right. You never know.
Might just be easier for them to show
Right.
up and me to do all the work anyway.
Never say never.
Yes. They would have to do the marketing, though.
Right.
That's the one thing that they promised me. All right,
So
anyway.
We're going to be recording with them, and then we have like some other stuff.
Yeah. So we have a... Okay. Longtime fans may know who I'm talking about. But there's sort of a comic book artist that he's been like a stalking horse for, well, no, we've been trying to get him on a podcast forever. And the opportunity finally has arisen, and we went with we jumped in with both boots.
We did.
And we grabbed. I don't want to say the name because you know me. When I do this, I curse myself. So the reason I'm not saying names or specifics is because one, I don't want to curse and jinx the guest, and two, I want to bait the hook. So that is another big thing coming down around the mountain. And then there's another big sort of, for us, I think it's very big. A voice actor from a little show you may know called Rick and Morty. And I won't go any further than that.
Yeah.
I won't say anything else.
That's a surprise.
Because that could be a lot. That could be anybody.
Right.
I'm sure there's if you look at the credits, I'm sure there's a lot of,
right.
But I will say, it's a character I'm sure. If you watch the show, it's definitely a character so they reoccur.
Right.
So that's enough. I've already said too much. We've said too much. No.
Yeah, but there's others too.
Yes. But and I appreciate. I really appreciate this. So
I know. Thank you.
All right.
For this.
So yeah. So that's coming down the pike definitely. And more on. I will. We'll let the cat out of the bag once we've got that.
Right.
In the bag, as they say.
And there's others that we'll keep.
There's
keep
two more. There's two more, and
yeah.
I know a great way to give a very cryptic hint. The only thing I'm afraid of is it might be too much. But let's
too
just
much of a cryptic hint, or too much.
It might be too on the nose.
Yeah. Well, then don't. We don't
want to do well, it's just a very vague hint.
Okay.
Off to London with a gun. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Very well, pip. Something that would be very illegal.
That would be very illegal.
That would be very illegal. It would be illegal. It would be illegal to go to London with a gun.
Yes.
Because you would indeed not be allowed into London proper with said gun. I know I've tried.
I was going to say, if anybody would, it would be
What I
you.
usually do is I have my gun shipped in after the fact.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Customs that way.
I had a feeling that you got in trouble, Bane.
When I get the guns in, then you have my permission to die. Thank you.
Bane, why did you do that?
Why?
Why did you bring the gun?
Not as serious as yours. I share.
I love when they don't make any sense in relation to what you said. Then you can always just go,
The fire rises.
and then I'm out. Thank you.
Bye, Bane.
Hey, Bane, everybody.
I
Bane
know,
was
right?
here.
I
Hey,
like Bane.
you saw. Oh, for those who saw the secret mystery. They saw those.
Oh my God, they saw the inner
they
workings.
They saw that I was actually. It was just me talking into the mic.
Oh my God, it's like the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah. Pay no attention to the fool behind the curtain. I know they say man, but I'm a fool.
Wow.
And you see my little Tusk doll back here. Wow, cool. My shrine fell
Wasn't
down.
he cute? Oh my God, I forgot about him.
What is he actually called?
His name is Tusk.
Yes, his name is actually Tusk. So,
Yeah.
So Kevin, feel free, Sue.
I know, right?
It's even the people made Beanie Babies. So
I think it is.
Is it an honor?
It's a Thai Beanie Baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Thai Beanie Baby.
He's
named
adorable.
Tusk. So
With
there
his
you go.
cute little
I
tusks.
think I might have a birthday gift for Kevin for tomorrow.
Oh my God, yes. Okay. Perfect. Birthday
Actually, we
present.
do have something else set aside, but
Yeah.
we're-
So yeah, and that's another thing you
But
can
we
do,
can
guys.
definitely we might want to throw this in because who better than him to have this?
Right, and Kevin, do that because
Well,
he
it's
would
my
totally
trophy.
love
It
presents.
could be his trophy.
Yeah, I know that he appreciates stuff like that. So
Yeah,
bring
it's
a present.
it's
Why
a
not?
Pink, and it's pink.
I know.
It's a pink walrus named Tusk. Can't get
So
more
great.
gayer than that.
Yeah.
He's even got sparkles. Sparkles.
You never know. Mad Mardigan might like that.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah. Oh, Mad Morgan might chew poor Tusk. Fucking.
Well,
I think
it
you would
does-
appreciate this.
It does
so.
look like a little doggy toy.
Surprise, sir, if you're watching in advance. I doubt it.
Surprise.
Anyway, so.
Yep.
Bada boom. But that's a visual bit. You'll have to go
Yes.
look at the damn video to see it.
So we hope you enjoy Ralph Garman.
I'm falling off the rails here. We gotta.
And I'm sure you'll listen to it like more than once because it's amazing. Thank you, sir.
And if you
This
see
is-
us, if you're going to cosplay down in Red Bank, on
Yeah,
the 5th,
come up to us
please,
and
you
chat.
know, chat. Let's find out if you like the show, if you don't like the show, if you heard the show,
Yeah.
what you like about Kevin Smith, what you don't like.
Right.
Well, maybe not what you don't like. You like everything. I like everything. God damn it. You know what? You know what the problem is? I don't feel very centered right now. I really, really have to do my chant.
Please join me in a final prayer.
Oh, yeah.
Yoga Fett. Yoga Fett.
Yoga Fett.
Yoga Fett. Yoga Fett. Yoga Fett. Yoga Fett. And sorry, not sorry.
Yes.
It feels so much better.
And one more thing.
Noise, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers. Pack her ass, my good man. Time to kick back, drink some beers, and smoke some weed.
Yay! I think we got a show here. I think
Yes,
we did
we
it.
do.
I think we can land this bitch now.
Yes, let's land it.
All right, folks. So much going on in the Kevin Smith thing in the Kevin Smithiverse next week. Birthday celebration, cosplay.
Make sure you check out the website and get all the rules.
Yeah, get tickets at get tickets. Come out on August the 6th
at the Brightside
at the
Tavern,
Brightside.
Jersey
See us,
City.
see other people, talk, mingle, have fun,
and watch
see
the
the movie.
Shooting
Get
Clerks.
to see Shooting Clerks, or don't reserve some tickets for that over at the Film Fest.
The 13th.
Because they're really, really inexpensive.
Yeah, they're inexpensive.
And
Kev's
Kevin
gonna
is
do it.
on the bill, so they're going to go quick.
Yeah.
I mean, Shooting Clerks sold out so damn fast.
It really did.
I'm so glad we mentioned to Brett in advance, hey, this is going to sell out really fast, so make
Yeah.
sure you got seats for us,
Right.
sir.
And I think he would.
And we
I
made
think
that all
he-
happen.
I
We're
think
all very happy.
he thought it would, but he wasn't sure how quick. But
Yeah.
I think he was even like, "Whoa, it's gone!"
No,
So-
yeah, it was like Kevin tweeted.
Right. As soon
Kevin
as
tweeted it, and
about
boom.
the tickets were gone, and he's going to be in the
Gone.
audience.
And at that point, there was only I'd heard there was only 100 left.
Right, so like 100 tickets really went like that. So
boom.
Get your the Brightside Tavern. Yeah, that was right. I
Was
was
it the
questioning
Brightside
myself.
Tavern?
The Brightside
Always
Tavern,
look on the
7
bright
p.m.
side of
Jersey
life.
City, or go to the go to the Monmouth Film Festival on the 13th. And I think you get those at the Monmouth Film Festival site. So check that out there.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
in Monmouth, New
Monmouth.
Jersey. Monmouth.
God, that's a hard Monmouth.
Monmouth.
Yes, a Monmouth.
That-
Monmouth, New Jersey.
It's a very hard word to say.
Yes, Southern. Do you just kind of like throw that out there like we give it like
Oh.
Tourette's?
I'm going to love it.
Wait, let's do it again. Go. Yeah. Oh my God. Is that what it reminds you of? You're so mean. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh my God,
Fuck
you
me and
guys.
make me forget we got a stupid kid.
Coming down.
Coming down.
Oh my God. Now we're just laughing just to
Yeah,
laugh.
well, you know, I always say when I start going crazy with the sound effects, it means the show is over.
Yeah.
It's truly over because then it's like all this kind of.
Now, Nafra, was Bethod, doch yel dienve.
Who was he doing that with? Oh, Andy.
And remember, you know, they're going to be shooting
Oh.
Comic Book Men where they have already done a Charm of Making.
Now, Nafra, was Bethod, doch yel dienve.
Anal Nathrak, Uth
hate it so much.
Datnel Lienve.
Anal
Yeah.
Nathrak, Uthvas Bethod,
No, what's that? Oh,
Oh
sorry.
my God, someone's doing.
What was that? Oh my God.
Whatever it was felt so good.
That was supposed to be porn sounds too. I guess it didn't work. Didn't work. Well, it sounds like
All right,
that
guys.
kind of shit.
Thanks for
All right.
hanging.
No, don't go yet because I'm not queued up for the exit
I
yet.
know. Well.
Hey.
Da-da-da.
Yes. Well, we will see you next time. And if no one has told you yet, you are evil and wasteful and no one likes you.
Bane.
This is Bane.
That's not how we close the show.
Yes, Bane, stop that now.
God.
My split personality. And seriously, if no one has told you, remember, you're smart and good.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's from...
I bet all you need
This didn't
are
work.
the dulcet tones of one of Hollywood's greatest living actors.
OOOWHAA.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Next week, pay
Yes.
close attention to the credits. There'll be some new stuff all over the place. Maybe a little new music, a little new this and that, a little new intro. So, yeah, check it out next week.
Cool.
We'll start it next week because this week was the Ralph Show.
Yes, it was. Enjoy it, guys.
All right. You're smart and good, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Lying on the barren floor and staring out in space, looking for an angel smile and praying for some faith. Thoughts are drifting through my mind and filling it with fear. Is there something else out there, and just why are we here? Then I see the world will turn and we must be its guide. Crazy dreams and nonsense schemes, gone comes we must reply. Powers from our mother earth, they'll blow us to our knees. While our souls do bind as one, come join us if you please, if you please. Reading moments one by one and smirking like a thief. Sleeping through another night and deepening our peace. Genesis and matches wake is coming from our sun. Living in this very moment, for this moment's done. But now I see the dawn will come and we are all its guide. Crazy dreams and nonsense schemes, the Godhead in the skies. Powers from our mother earth is all we'll ever be. While our souls do bind as one, come join us if you please, if you please. a person's eyes. We worship at our shrine. Bursting flowers into bloom, there's no such thing as time. Powers from our Mother Earth will blow us to our knees. Twisting, turning, minds are burning. Join us if you please. And now I see that I am just beginning its demise. Flashing bits of comic light that vanish from the skies. Powers from our Mother Earth is all we'll ever be. All our souls to bind as one. Come join us if you please. If you please. If you please. If you please.
There he is. It's that man standing over Blood Alley Square, protecting us all.
Go get him, that man.